junior high, there's this thing where the girls call dibs on guys. They're like, I call dibs on him, which means you're not allowed to like him because she likes him. So stupid. I don't know if that's still a thing. If I were to guess, there is probably some version of it happening still. But it even happened like in the celebrity world, which again, so stupid. How are you calling dibs on a celebrity that you'll never meet? Oh, but somehow in our little junior high minds, he's going to marry me someday, right? So I better call dibs on him now. All right. So I didn't understand that whole thing. It's junior high. My first exposure to it. I got invited to a sleepover and there were a bunch of movies and we were going to watch movies all night. One of the movies is The Outsiders, which I had not seen. So we watched it and it's all, oh, we're just like, yeah, we're in heaven. Like it's full of cute guys, right? But then they all are calling dibs and I don't exactly understand what's happening, but they're calling dibs on all these guys. And so then I get asked who I pick. Duh. I mean, it's Matt Dillon. Yeah, I mean, he's BA, but he's got a tender heart. Like, that's my jam. So I'm like, yeah, I want him. And they're like, are you kidding? Andrea already called dibs on him. You can't. And I'm like, oh, what? How does this work? So, okay, so here it is, in case you forgot. Who's in this awesome movie. If you haven't seen it or read the book, I haven't read the book. I wasn't one of those people. I just watched the movie. All right. So my number one was Matt Dillon. There's Rob Lowe. He's a great choice. Patrick Swayze. Tom Cruise is in it. I think there was a tooth thing going on. And so then apparently by the time it was time for me to pick, there were 3 choices. These guys, C. Thomas Howell and Emilio Estevez and Ralph Macchio. And they're all great, but I didn't want to pick any one of those guys. Don't ask me why, but I picked Ralph Macchio. And this is like pre-Danielson Karate Kid, like that hadn't happened yet. So that's who I picked. So I got cornered into having to pick, and then I'm pretty sure I was mocked for my choice as well. And so it just wasn't going well. And it's junior high, life is rough-ish. And so this led to the second big lie. So there was a video about the first big lie, and I told you that there was a second big lie that was coming a few years later. And this was it. So I had been, had a little junior high job as well. And so this was some time after the whole Outsiders thing and calling dibs on guys. And I guess it just wasn't feeling very good about myself. I don't really know where my little pea brain was going with why I did these things. But I decided that I was going to tell them, the friend group, I wanted to level up, I guess. And so I was going to tell them that I met Ralph Macchio, and that would make it cooler that I had to call dibs on him. I think I'm thinking this is where the junior high thinking's going. So that was kind of the first part. And so then this is bad. This is like real premeditated lying. So I took a piece of paper and I wrote his signature, his autograph on it. And I come to school and I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys, I met Ralph Macchio. And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I got his autograph. And so I tell this story about how at the place that I was working, that he came in with his mom and I helped him out with his mom. Like I made a whole story. I'm ashamed. And they were just like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Thank goodness. I just couldn't live with myself and I felt bad about it. I let it go for a little bit. And then finally I was like, oh my gosh, you guys, you know how I told you that I met Ralph Macchio? I totally made that up. Oh my gosh, so funny. They didn't think it was funny because it wasn't funny. It wasn't funny to them. So that was it. I ate lunch by myself for like a month. Was the punishment. And one of them actually was like done. And actually, she sent her little sister over to kick me, like physically kick me in the shin. Oh, that hurts. Has anyone ever kicked you in the shin? That really hurt. These were like, the junior high playground things that happen. But like I said, I'm glad that it happened because that taught me real quick. People don't like being lied to. Don't lie to them. You're never going to meet Ralph Macchio. I did watch the whole Cobra Kai series when that came out. Just kind of reliving the glory days. And I mean, I might pick him now. I could pick him, even if I had first dibs. I'd probably still pick Matt Dillon. But who would you pick?